All right, so hopefully you've already gone through the Math Nation video talking about mid-segments. Now, already off the bat, you're looking at these problems saying they're not matching your paper. They're not supposed to. So these are not on your paper. Okay, they are different. They are like the ones on your paper, but they are not exactly the same. So these are example problems. Okay, so the first two problems are examples like the first four. So the first four problems on your paper are like these two, and then I'll have one problem for each of the remaining ones. So this is like numbers 1 through 4 on your paper. So this mid-segment right here is exactly half of that one. And so it says, what is FH? Well, if 7 is exactly half of what? Well, I'll multiply it by 2, I get 14. Boom, there's my answer. Or I could go backwards. I know that this one, again, is half of that one. So half of 16 is 8. Simple as that. There we go. So on your first four problems, it's either going to ask you about the little one or the big one. But the little one's half of the big one's double the small. We throw some x's in here. We need to set up an equation. All right. Now remember, this is half of that one, or I can think this one's double. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. I want these two to equal each other. Okay. I want that 2x minus 2 to equal 2x minus 7. All right, but they're not equal right now. In fact, that 2x minus 7 is half of the other one. So to make them equal, I need to make that 2x minus 7 bigger. Specifically, I need to take that 2x minus 7 and I need to multiply it by 2. Okay, if I multiply the small one, the 2x minus 7, by 2, that will make it equal to the bigger one. And then I can solve this equation. So if I distribute, I get 4x minus 2 times 7 is 14. And then I can solve from there. Let's see here. I'm going to subtract my 2x from both sides. And if I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, that means I'm going to add 14 to both sides. So those cancel out. Those cancel out. 4 minus 2 is 2x. And negative 2 plus 14 is 12. Divide by 2, and I get x equals 6. Click up here, make sure that's what my instructions told me to say. Yeah, my instruction just says solve for x, so we're done. There's x. So that is the next 4 problems. So on your paper, that's problems 5 through 8. Problems 5 through 8 should be like number 3. All right, and then here's my last one. This is going to be the last group of problems on your paper. I'm going to start off exactly the same way. I'm going to say, all right, we have this side, x minus 1. It's the smaller side, so I need to multiply it by 2 to say that it equals the bigger side, 6 plus x. Distribute my 2. 2x minus 2. Then let's move some stuff around. Let's see, I'm going to subtract x from both sides, which is really, remember, subtracting 1x. And I'm going to add 2 to both sides. Those cancel out, and so I get 2 minus 1 is just 1x equals 6 plus 2 is 8. So there you go. There was 8. If this was like the first problem, I would be done. But there's one extra step here because it doesn't say find x, it says find EF. Well, EF is either going to be the big line or the small line. In this case, it's this line right here, or that one. So I'm going to take my answer and plug in there. So I'm going to say, okay, it says x minus 1. So I'm going to say 8 minus 1, which gives me 7. My answer is 7. Okay. Now, I should have mentioned this at the very beginning, but they always give us something on the outside. You see how right here, they give me that, and I haven't used it yet. That is to distract you. Ignore that. All we care about is those 2 lines. All right, that should be everything you need to finish that one. Make sure when you finish your paper, you put it in the top tray. We will have a daily quiz on this tomorrow.